Hello, my name is Ryan Lee, and I am doing a photography presentation on how digital photography is produced. I will be going through 5 key areas with you, and these are types of cameras used to produce digital photography, components used to capture an image on DSLR cameras, lighting and exposure in shots, support for your camera, and the file storage of the camera. The types of camera that we have here are DSLR, Canon cameras, and well, any DSLR camera in general, and smartphone cameras. There are many differences between a DSLR camera and a smartphone camera when it comes to digital photography. One could triumph over the other in terms of how they are both useful in some particular way, and I have these two pictures as examples. As you can see from one picture, the DSLR picture is a lot more high quality over the smartphone picture. However, in terms of portability, smartphone cameras are a lot more portable, and and everyone has a smartphone nowadays, so you can take pictures anywhere you go. However, DSLR cameras, on the other hand, obviously have much better quality, so they excel overall in that department. The components used to capture an image are aperture. Aperture is a number on the camera display known as an f number, and basically the higher that number is, the bigger the opening in the lens can go, and this allows light to travel to the lens. The ISO is the higher the ISO number, the more sensitive the camera is to light. So if you have a high ISO, there will be a lot of light let into the shot, and vice versa. If the lower the ISO number is, the less sensitive the camera is going to be to light, so you will get a darker shot in comparison. Shutter speed is determined by how much light you let into the photograph. If you slow the shutter speed down, the longer it will take for the shutter to close, resulting in a lot of exposure to light. And the same goes for how quick the shutter speed is. If it is quicker, there will be less light to let into the camera, thus resulting in a darker shot. As you can see at the bottom of the screen here, there are 3 pictures taken using every component used to capture an image. The image on the left is what the image looked like when it was first taken. The middle image is after all 3 of these components were messed around a little. The shot is a little overexposed, however, it is a lot better in comparison to the image on the left. And the image on the right, as you can see, is too overexposed, so you can barely see anything. Lighting is used in digital photography in different ways depending on what type of media it is used in. For example, dull, cold colours in a movie could represent sadness, horror, etc., while warm, bright colours could be used for happy, joyful scenes. So, warm colours could be used in comedy films, romance films, while cold colours, like dull greys, could be used in horrors or sci-fis. And talking about exposure, linking back to the previous 3 pictures, the exposure is a unit of measurement for the total amount of light permitted to reach the electron sensor of the camera, and this is affected by shutter speed and aperture. So those 3 pictures from before are determined, but every component determines the exposure of the shot. Camera support methods. There are many ways in which you can improve your shots while using a DSLR camera. A few of these examples would include tripods, lenses, and the flash. A flash is often used in order to illuminate a dark scene using a flash of artificial light, or to capture quick moving objects. Tripods can be used to stabilize the camera whilst trying to record a scene regarding looking down or upwards, or a scene which quickly moves side to side, such as an action film, for example, during a car chase. Different lenses are used according to what context you want to use them in. Some lenses can show wide landscapes, whilst other lenses can focus on one point in particular. The image on the left is an example of using flash in order to illuminate a dark scene and also to capture quick moving objects, as the flowers have been illuminated in the background, whilst a moth has been captured rapidly moving its wings. The other two pictures are an example of a wide shot using a wide lens and a ultra thin lens to focus on one point in particular. Due to the high quality images that a DSLR camera produces, the files are a lot larger than pictures from a smartphone, so it's useful to have an SD card in the camera in order to remove them and place them somewhere else, like on a computer. However, there are two types of memory cards for DSLR cameras: compact flash cards and SD cards. While SD cards are light and compact to easily fit in a camera, a compact flash card is thicker and slightly larger, but has a much larger storage capacity. For portability and convenience, use SD cards. For lots of pictures, use compact flash cards, as flash cards would obviously triumph overall if a professional photographer would like to take lots of pictures, while if you want to stick with just taking simple pictures and trying to edit them to the best of your ability, pick SD cards. That is the end of my presentation. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for listening.